So welcome to this BlazeMeter Did You Know session. Today we're going to look at how we can generate structured values. So imagine you have a test and you have a requirement to create a random string, but that string must follow a specific pattern. So as an example, if we look at something like this, which is the specification for the driving license in the UK. To generate this data, what you need is to have the first name, the last name, and the date of birth of that individual. You then create the string that represents the driving license. And as you can see, the first 5 characters here will be the surname. Now, if there's not 5 characters, you need to pad that by the number 9. And as you can see for the rest of this, it then defines how each character within the driving license is generated based on the user's first name, last name, and date of birth. And we're going to show you how we can do this with BlazeMeter. So here we are in BlazeMeter. We've created a performance test. We've defined our load and uploaded our JMeter script. Now that JMeter script has a reliance on having certain data in CSV files. And if we click on the test data, we can see there's 2 CSV files. The first, we've actually created the model, and the second, we're still waiting. Now, at this point, we could upload a CSV file, but we're going to actually generate the data. So we have an example for the driving license. We're going to come to the examples. And as you can see here, we've got various examples for dates, for addresses, for forms, lots of common usage when it comes to using test data. But we're going to look on the UK driving license. And as you can see at the top, we've got our definition. And if we scroll down, what we can see is we're going to generate a first name from a seed list, a last name from a seed list. The date of birth, we're going to say we want a date of birth between 18 and 100 based on the day that we run the test. And then the last parameter is our driving license. And what we're going to do is take the various outputs from our first name, last name, and date of birth, and then combine them to make our driving license, which matches that criteria. Now, like I said, we're generating the first name, last name, and date of birth. This data could come from a CSV file if that data already exists. But what you can see if you look at this last parameter is this first section here where we've got upper, mid, last name, 1.5, pad end, 5.9. This is basically the first 5 characters. And what we're saying is take the parameter last name, take the first characters between 1 and 5. If there aren't 5 characters, pad them with 9s, and we want this in uppercase. So this first function or combined function will give us the first 5 characters of our driving license. We then take the 9th character of our date of birth, which is going to be the year, and we want 1 character. And then we're going to take the first 2 characters, that will give us the month. And as you can see, that's how we've actually combined this to create our driving license. So let's add this to our model. So we've now got this on our model. And what we can do is look at the data settings. So this is looking at the first CSV file. This is our generating data. We're going to click on the user registration. So what we're creating here is we've got Penny Fabiana, that's the date of birth. And as you can see there, now the first 5 characters, F-A-B-I-A, that's Fabia. We've then taken the year, or the decades, that's the 3, and then the month, the 05, and then the rest as per the rule. So that's 1 record, but I can now say I want 10 records. We've now got 10 first names, last names, date of birth, and corresponding driving licenses. And you can see with this one here where the name Rich is only 4 characters, so we've padded it with a 9 as per the rule. So as you can see, it's very easy to create a definition for a particular type of data. So we just showed this loading for an example, but obviously you're going to create your own custom values. Once you've created the rules here, you can then save these. You can save them to your workspace, which means that other members of your team can then use the same functions that you've created. You can export this and then again share it with the team, and that can be shared across different accounts. Or you can just download it as a CSV to generate data. So I can just download this data as CSV, and then I'll get 10 records that match the data definition we've just created. So as just saw, we can use the BlazeMeter functions to create any string values that are required. and they can be modeled to meet the requirements of your data needs. Now, for more details on BlazeMeter, please go to blazemeter.com. You'll find blogs and videos, and also the link to BlazeMeter University, where there's lots of free courses. Thank you.